This is my disc golf bag, and I usually carry somewhere around 18 to 20 discs, plus a handful on the sides for testing out. Today, we're gonna be taking every single disc in my bag and throwing it on one hole. And why would you do that, you might ask? Because I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that you already know what you're gonna throw on this hole. 285, slightly downhill, dead straight. And I guarantee you, you already have a preconceived idea of, oh, I'm gonna use, and then insert disc. Well, that's the issue. A lot of times, people don't know what other discs do in their bag for said shot. I mean, if you usually throw a fairway driver, throw a mid, see if you can get it there. Maybe the only reason that you think you can't get it there is because you've never tried. All right, so we're gonna start off with the Marvel. This is my normal shot. Luna. This is the last ace I had. Was 9, 21, 22. Next up is the finish line chicane. Now this is mostly a forehand disc, so I'm gonna forehand it here. A little wide. And then recently I've been bagging the Zone GT again, the banger top. Let it crash down. The NSH Warp, which is actually my signature model with them. This is 3D printed, if you don't know. It's the coolest thing ever. There's no stamp. There's just like less material. Great skip. Still not to the basket. Finish line Supra. Oh, turned it over a little bit. Finish line Sector. The Birdie Rise. This one you want to put out a little bit. Yep, about right there. Let it fade in. The Birdie Ultra and the Premium. This is also a forehand disc. I did not give it enough effort. That should have been way farther out left. A DGA pipeline with this really cool, another round stamp. Parked. A Midnight Flyer 8, which is also a DGA pipeline, but in this really cool glow. I put that one out way too wide. That was a misrelease, but all right, I'm still in circle one. Finish line Torque. I do have two of these. This one is last year's signature series. You can still find this on infinitedisc.com. But because I have two, I'm gonna go backhand and forehand. Do it. Oh, this is actually one of those extra discs I have in my bag right now. The Birdie Weapon in the Eric Oakley Infinity plastic. I haven't thrown this yet, so this is gonna be fun. Oh, I almost skip aced. H5. Now this is where I wouldn't throw some of these discs for this hole specifically, unless it's like very windy, maybe an overstable driver. But H5, I'm gonna have to finesse this because this is pretty flippy. See, discs like that are really cool, but they're also really finicky because you don't want to overpower it or else it'll burn. And then you do something like that where you underpower it thinking you gave it the right amount and it actually holds the hyzer. So food for thought. The Discraft Slipstream, Bob Giulio, make this again. I don't care if it has to be a specialty run for ledgestone, make it again. I will buy 100. That disc is so fun. The finish line era in the forged plastic. Now the composite era, on the other hand, almost has different flight numbers to the forged one. That is a 10.5 minus 1, 1.5. I would say this is like a 10.502. Just up in the air. Why didn't I put it out there? Speaking of 10.502, I've been trying a Vulture out to see how different it is to the composite era. So let's correct and actually throw it out there. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I should have thrown on the other one. And the last disc in my actual bag, the Hellfire. This is a 10.305. I would say it's closer to 10.404, but I didn't make the flight numbers. Side pockets. I've got the Ursa Nexus. This is another NSH 3D printed disc. This is last year's colorway model of the Nexus from Ursa Disc Golf. Go check him out if you already haven't. And fun fact, don't tell anybody I told you this, but me and Ursa are about to drop new colorways for this year, and they're both really freaking cool. Finish line sector and forged. Those sectors, man. A Discmania TD. Oh, that thing has a little more turn than I thought. Those of you who watch my videos all the time know that I have Baby Blue, which is a super beat-in Birdie Marvel premium plastic. It's like my favorite disc. If I lost it, that one I would actually cry. Before I had that, I had this. This is a regular Z-Force, but for some reason it was just magic back in the day. Magic. And the last disc, a lavender launcher, which is what I coined the light purple finish line intervals. Skip it. Oh, and the only other disc I have in here is my putter. It's a soft neon marble. I'll throw this too. Now my bag is super light. Now the reason I wanted to make this video and kind of tell you, go out, throw every disc in your bag at a hole, is because it is just good practice. It's a really good thought process to know, okay, if I need to throw this disc, how should I throw it? As opposed to getting to the hole, having to throw it, and then just kind of not really knowing where the disc is going to go because you don't throw it either at that distance or just specifically on that hole. All right, this is the shortest one. Now, even though I put all of my discs within C2 of this hole, I'm not going to make you watch me pick all of these up. That would be really boring. I just want to know, are you going to go out to a hole and throw every single disc? Because you should.